Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Something got me thinking over the weekend, and it's about all these people who say online that a 9 to 5 is a waste of time. I can't lie, I've also said something similar to this. I said that you should never go to a 9 to 5. But I was thinking about some of the reasons that I've been successful and some of the reasons I've had good success in my business. A lot of it actually relates back to some of the skills that I learned at my 9 to 5 jobs. So I started thinking about, well, is it actually a waste of time going to a 9 to 5? After thinking about it a little bit more deeper, I realized that actually it's only a waste of time if you make it a waste of time. Because when I was working at my 9 to 5, which was VW, I was a service advisor. So a little bit of a backstory of what a service advisor is. When you take your car to have a service or a repair, a cam belt, any kind of service or repair to your car, if you go to a main dealer, you'll have a service advisor. It'll be somebody who is taking care of you for the day. So they're kind of like your representative. They'll call you throughout the day, give you updates. You'll check in with them, and they'll also contact you in the middle of the day to say, okay, well, your car is all good, it's ready to collect, or your car needs this repair, this is how much it's going to be, etc, etc. And in that position, I learned so much valuable knowledge that has essentially pretty much made me very, very successful today. So I did learn a lot of the skills that made me successful from being in a 9 to 5. But again, that comes down to the fact that I didn't waste my time whilst I was there. I was very, very good at my job. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I was very good at my job when I was at VW. I sold over 100 service plans in 6 months. Compared to my colleagues, that was astronomical. Absolutely blew them out of the water. I was very good at selling parts and repairs. I was very good at selling tires. Just overall, I was good at my customer service as well. I always had really good 5-star ratings. I would consistently push to get 5-star rating reviews from my customers because I got paid on them, commission. So these are all skills that I took forward into my business today, and it was extremely valuable because now my company is in the top 1% of companies in the UK. I don't actually know if there's anybody in the UK who's got more reviews than ours. We've got over 300 5-star reviews, and we don't just sell parts. We're not just a small parts seller so they can easily rack up lots of 5-star reviews from e-commerce. We're a van conversion business where people average spend is between £5,000 and £10,000. So when that's the situation, it's a lot harder to get a 5-star review. So I learned a lot of those skills working in my 9 to 5. And when I was at VW, I went on various different courses, and it shows you high-level businesses how they operate, because they're very, very hot on teaching their staff members the right way to do things and to ensure that they know how to sell things that people don't want to buy. And that's one of the key things which I'll touch on in a second. So yeah, I went down to Milton Keynes, which is VW headquarters for its service centers, and I learned lots of different methods of how to sell, how to deal with customers, and the lifetime value of customers. So even at the age of 21 or 22, I was doing this stuff, and the lifetime value of a customer is one of the things that really stood out to me, because if you can keep a customer happy and you actually realize how much money they can bring you over their lifetime rather than just a one-time purchase, that's a very key important metric for any business. How can you extend or increase the lifetime value of your customer is very, very important. So when I was at VW, one of the things that was very important is that I had to learn how to sell something to somebody that didn't want to pay for this thing. So nobody wants to pay for a repair on their car. It's not like you're going in to buy a new car. You want that car, or you want this piece of pizza, or you want to go and get these nice clothes. So it's a much more different buying emotion. You want it, so you're going to find a way to do it. When you're trying to sell something to somebody who doesn't want to pay for it, like a repair or a service or a cam belt or anything like that, it's a little bit more difficult because people don't want to buy it. So I had to really nail down my sales skills, and that's how I became so good at my sales in my business now. And one of the other things that I was very, very good at is my customer service. So I had to learn how to deal with 15 customers every single day as a minimum. At some point, it'd be 25 people. So I would have to be juggling 25 different jobs at any one point. Where's this job at? Has the parts been ordered? Have they arrived on time? Is the tech on time with it being finished? I'd have to run into the workshop, make sure that they're on time with it. These were all literally things that I do now in my business. So I learned all of this from my 9 to 5. So this is what I'm saying to you guys. It's so valuable to go to a 9 to 5 if you actually put in the effort and actually learn some valuable skills. Now, one of the things I want to say is, if you are in a position where you've got an idea of some kind of business that you'd want to do, but you don't know where to get started, a good idea would be to go and join a company that's in a similar sector that you'd like to get into. So if you wanted to be, I don't know, you wanted to launch your own accountancy firm, you could go and learn to be an accountant by working in an accountancy firm, doing your tests, doing your exams, learning the business model. What are the problems that particular business model has, or that particular business. How do they affront it? What are the strengths of the businesses? What is the weaknesses? And then you take that knowledge forward, combined with your skills, and you start it yourself. If you wanted to be a plumber, you'd go and work for somebody else for a while, see what they do well. If they're a good plumber, then you might work under them for a while. You might even think, okay, I'll work with you and we'll work on a profit share basis if I start bringing some work in. So you don't have to go into a business without knowing anything about it from the very start. You can go and work a normal 9-to-5 job, or a 9-to-5 job doesn't have to be a normal 9-to-5 job. You can go and get a very good high-paying job in an industry that you're interested in. Learn all of the skills that are necessary to start a business with it, to go out on your own and then start the business. So I don't think you should be ashamed to have a 9-to-5 job, because I think there has been a lot of recent people or recent things on the internet and social media that say you shouldn't have a 9-to-5 job, you should be your own boss straight away. And I can't agree with that, because I had many 9-to-5 jobs before I started my business. And I think it actually is important to do that, because then you start to understand what it's like to work in an environment with other people. You start to understand what your employees might be thinking, because that's an important one. I have been an employee, so I know how my employees might be feeling, and I know that they might be thinking in a certain way, and I know how that is because I thought in that way. So that's very important. You know, it's actually quite beneficial sometimes to go into doing a 9-to-5. But what I'm saying to you guys is, don't get stuck in a 9-to-5 that you hate and you don't want to do. That life's too short to do that. You don't need to do that. You can go into a 9-to-5 that's going to provide you with the skills and the knowledge to then eventually start something on your own, if that's your ultimate plan. But make sure you do something that you enjoy a lot at the same time. You don't go into a 9-to-5 that you just go in there for the sake of having a job, because I think that is a bit stupid. And it also comes down to like university. Like, you shouldn't be going to university unless you're actually going to put that university degree to use. So if you're going to be an architect, if you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, anything that absolutely requires a university degree, then absolutely you should be going to university for it. I agree with that. But if you're going to go to university for some absolutely ridiculous degree that nobody's ever going to use, and they don't even look twice at it, then that's just you wanting to waste time and money, because then you're just going to get yourself into lots of debt, which is never going to work out well for you. So don't do that, and don't go into a 9-to-5 again. Like I said, that isn't actually relevant to something that you'd want to do. So guys, I hope that was helpful in some ways. It was just a thought that I had on the weekend. I think it was an interesting thought, because it actually really did teach me a lot about my job and my business right now, having that 9-to-5 experience. And it is one of the key reasons that I have been successful in my business, is just putting the skills to use that I learned whilst at that employment. And I know for a fact that if I hadn't have had that employment at VW, if I hadn't learned about keeping a customer happy, about making sure they're happy before they leave the building, about how to manage many people at the same time, happy, unhappy, medium happy people, I wouldn't have the business that I have today. So it is extremely valuable. So take that forward as and how you will. I hope it's been valuable. And guys, if you want to scale your business, maybe you're a tradesman and you're thinking, yeah, I need to get past where I am right now, then you can book a call with me. Very soon, we will be releasing the Trades Freedom Toolkit, which is going to give you everything you need to transition from being a tradesman to business owner. It's super exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting this launched. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to DM me. Thanks for watching.